I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh, no, we're not. What's up, huh? Hey, excuse me?
No!
Security?
Emily, no!
Hey,
Stop!
Whoa!
Let's fucking fight right now.
What?
Right.
Get away from
now.
Hey, what's going on?
Security!
He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Right now. I'll kill you right now.
Fuck off.
Kill you right now.
There's a longer video? Where's the longer video? Does somebody want to link? There's a longer video. Alright, let's see if we can find that. Hold on. Longer video. Here it is. I just don't want to accidentally pull up, because as I was looking for the Amaranth shit in her replies, somebody posted deepfake porn. So let's try to... Where's the longer video? All the videos I'm finding are like... Here it is. Got it. Found it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Where is that, Emily? Is that? No way. Yo, can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's get a picture.
So he asked for a picture.
Wait, but can I rap you real quick?
This is Cinna.
Hello.
For those that don't recognize this location, my infamous photos of the LA fires were taken, like, where is it? Were taken right back there. And then that's Malibu over there. So that's where my infamous photos were taken. Came out here, stood on top of a parking garage.
Can't because we have
We actually,
stuff to do.
we're on a time
What's
limit.
up?
Yeah,
you
we're
gotta
on a time limit,
There's
so.
no time frame.
Did you want to pick?
Oh, sorry, excuse us.
Sorry.
Driven down this pier many times in GTA, hit many pedestrians.
Okay, so.
Doxing you with this info, obviously if I fucking lived near it, I wouldn't tell you where it was.
Do you need a photo?
Oh yeah.
Why do they say rhyme?
Because his name's Russell.
Did you call me Russell?
No, his name is Russell.
Oh!
She's had a long week. I had a long
I
week.
am running on like 3 hours of sleep. Please forgive me. My brain is actually like lagged.
Alright, fuck. Let's take a picture. Fuck it, let's get one, Rosie. Come on.
Cute!
Okay.
Rosie too!
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Russell.
Nice to meet you.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Is this the longer video you were talking about? The full video. Okay, this one's even longer. Okay. So then they're walking again and they encounter this guy again. For some reason the contrast has like been turned up or whatever the fuck. But they're walking again and they encounter this guy again.
Proposal.
Yes, please.
Oh God.
Oh god, yes, that is. Can I sing for a change? A change for the better, as you would say?
Okay.
And the change would be for her number.
Oh.
If you'd like it, can I get your number?
So he shoots his shot on stream, it seems. He shoots his shot on, he's changed his outfit now. He's encountered them again on the pier. Maybe randomly, maybe he followed them. And he is shooting his shot right now in front of thousands of people live. Obviously, this is a fucking horrible idea. Horrible idea. And, you know, this is one of the most popular female streamers in the world. So, chances of you, a random guy, off the street getting her number, slim to none. More likely you're going to get rejected than not, and you're going to get rejected and it's going to be archived forever on the internet. So I don't know why.
I don't have a phone.
Wait, put your number in mine.
I don't know how to use a phone. I'm sorry.
Wait. So I'm gonna keep following her.
So now, okay, so he's apparently, when he says keep following, he's admitted now that he was following them. So now he's saying he's going to keep doing it. She's like trying to give him the cue. She's not interested. obviously it's gonna be like awkward as fuck for her to just like say no. So she's like coming up with like a joke for the stream.
Following her.
Found another one. I got
No! You're gonna have to get in line. There's too many stalkers.
That's not how you really
Fuck,
riz.
bro, what the
That's-
fuck?
That's not the riz.
Get behind me.
So at this point, he just seems like an awkward guy shooting his shot. He doesn't seem like it's like awkward and weird, but he doesn't seem like insane. For if I were in their shoes, I could have interpreted the following thing as joking or just like some parasocial guy that can't take a hint. At this point, I wouldn't like completely believe he's some like psycho yet.
Okay. Oh my god.
Kendrick,
Happen all
Are we
the
getting
time?
churros?
Kendrick, add him to the list.
Thanks for coming in, lady.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow and take care.
Wait, can we get churros or no?
It's right here.
Oh.
You can also get some from the vendors.
Ooh, it might be better for with the vendors. I didn't see any churro vendors though. Did you?
There is one.
You need, yeah. Do you want some sunglasses? You like these?
Is the joke she wears? So she's gonna wear like the joke is she's gonna wear those so she doesn't get recognized.
Incognito time.
Yeah, incognito.
Stand behind me.
Stop for a churro first? I mean, here's the thing. If you know the layout of this place, this is actually like a good idea because this is a highly populated tourist area. There's security like everywhere. And when you get off and walk out of here, you then have to go through like, I think it's what, Palisades Park or wherever the fuck. And at the front, there is people that you're either going to go to the parking lot or Palisades Park or the beach. And the beach, there's people, but it's very spread out and at night. And the park is the same way. When you first get off, there's going to be a lot of people, but as you continue walking, you're going to be like more isolated. So in their shoes, staying on the pier right now, even though that guy is there, is probably, if they're like getting weird vibes, is probably like the best choice. Because if he tries to pull anything, you've got people everywhere and you've got security everywhere.
I don't like. I'm gonna keep following her.
Yeah.
Where's your little Glock? I mean the lighter.
They're like kind of be like jokey about it, but you could tell they're like genuinely disturbed. And he it could have been interpreted as a joke, as a weird joke, but it was a very weird comment to
I'll
make.
beat him if I have to. Forgot we're in public.
No, I'll beat him.
I mean,
What's good?
I think we're just gonna go.
let's go. Oh, no, we're not.
What happened to Ty? Why is everybody talking about Tyrone? What happened to Tyrone? Did Tyrone get banned? What happened? Dude, he is sleeping? I know he's sleeping. Everyone is saying something happened. They're saying free him. What the fuck happened? Okay.
Hey, excuse me?
No.
So now, right after shooting his shot, they've walked away to get churros, and now it's immediately escalated from a creepy joke to him. What I'm imagining happened is he's stream sniping, so he's probably watching the stream off screen, and he's just heard what they've said about him, or how they're like, how chat's like all telling them to call security, how they've just they seem like super weirded out, and I guess he's taking offense to that, and because he's like an impulsive, insane person, he thinks this is now going to be the best course of action.
Emily, no.
Hey,
Stop!
whoa.
Let's fucking fight right now.
What?
Let's fucking fight right now, like some sort of tough guy. It's a First of all, this is cringe as fuck when people do this in general, but these are a bunch of fucking women. Like, I'm like, sexist much? No, obviously if you're a fucking guy getting up to go fight a woman, obviously it's not a fair fucking fight. Like, just be like totally for real right now. These are a bunch of like, and he's now being like, let's fucking fight right now. I'll take your, I don't know if he's trying to seem cool or he's just like an angry, impulsive, like moron.
Get away from
Hey, what's going
Security!
He's harassing us.
on? What's going on?
If he's trying to like save his ego right now, because a lot of people when they start to fight, they're trying to save their ego. I don't know if it's. I think this guy's just psycho.
Right now. I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now.
So he pushes the camera. Now he's chasing them, saying, "I will kill you right now."
Security, please, please.
Security! Is this guy threatening to kill us? Him. Security, guys, I got it. Can you let us inside?
So people are saying that this is staged. I don't believe that. Their proof is they asked like some like Google AI who this guy is, and it's like he's from this movie in 2017. He's not. Okay, and if it was staged, I don't know why they would, maybe to add to the effect, the be right back screen. I don't know why they'd mute the audio, go to the be right back screen, and like actually get security involved and not have like a friend jump in and like actually use like the resources of the security that's there. I don't think this is staged. I genuinely do not think this is staged. I think if it was, he would act a little more creepy, stalker-ish. He's not like acting like your stereotype of a he's a stalker, but he's not like the weird fucking balding guy or whatever. Looks like some like Gen Zer. I don't think this is staged at all. And they look like genuinely scared. Trying to play it off as a joke. I think this is like completely real. I think this is totally real. And honestly, like this is like just one of those risks that comes with streaming in real life. And I hate to say it, especially if you're like a attractive woman, you're likely to elicit stalkers. Not that you deserve it, not that you can help that, but if I were in their shoes, I would have, security with, and they're in a crowded spot to be fair. But with what happened with Christina Grimmie, with what's happened with many famous, like it carries over to the music world and the acting world. You've had people stalked like who? Bjork, Rebecca Schaeffer. You just have parasocial men that will want you, and then if they can't have you, then nobody can. And it's like this, that's like the stalker mindset. And this obviously would just carry over into the streaming world, but it's even more dangerous because in the streaming world, when you're IRL streaming, they know where you are at all times. And this guy's clearly watching their stream to gauge their live location. In like another famous case, Rebecca Schaeffer, she was an actress. The guy found where she was through the DMV, and then they created laws around that about not sharing like the addresses of notable individuals out of that. But this is like a stalker's shit, dude, because you're just showing where you are at all times. Happens to men too. It is risky. I mean, I'm sure it does happen to men, but at a far lesser extent. And obviously I don't have statistics on that, but I would guess to a far less extent, and with the parasocialness with men to the point where it's getting to the point of like in real life stalking, I'd gauge like the dangers or the dangerous aspect of it. Like the violent stalker is not as likely. Do a deep dive on the Bjork stalker. I mean, I looked into it a little bit. I've hung around Hollywood, Florida a lot, and I thought about visiting his apartment, but I thought that'd be a little bit weird. Not actually going into his apartment, but going to see like the building. But I thought that'd be a little weird. I've done my research into it. For those of you that don't know, this guy, what was his name? Like Ricardo Lopez, this dude from like Uruguay. He came to the US, worked as an exterminator. He got like obsessed with the Icelandic singer Bjork, but in like he didn't want to have sex with her. It was like, she's pure and delicate and innocent. And then Bjork started dating a black rapper, or not a rapper, a black musician. And he really didn't fucking like that. And he used some derogatory names for the guy, and then filmed a video diary of him constructing a bomb filled with acid to be sent to her with the hopes of disfiguring her for dating this black man. And he filmed the construction process and his thoughts and his life over the span of days, mailed it out, and the video concluded with him shooting himself with a big sign in the back that said, "The best of me." And the hope was when he shot himself, his brains would go all over the sign. as like some sort of message, but the caliber of bullet was too small, so he just like kind of like fell to the floor, and it didn't go on, and kind of groaned for a sec and died. And then they found the house. He wrote on the wall to the FBI, "This is evidence of a crime," which gave them time to contact Scotland Yard, and they were able to detonate the bomb before it got to Bjork. But for starters, obviously this is an insanely homicidal psychopath. The bomb's not going to go to Bjork. It's going to go to whoever opens mail. I don't think they give the mail directly to the celebrities. So you're just going to disfigure some like random assistant. And then second of all, it turns out that this irrational reason the guy hated Bjork because she was dating a black guy, it turns out Bjork had broken up with the black guy, and they just reported it like 2 days after the guy killed himself. But yeah, stalking is, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw this video, but I saw it like a few months ago. What the fuck? There's this guy that's been like stalking Drew Barrymore for a super like long time. And she was doing some sort of like keynote.
Sell people. Oh my God! Yes. Hi.
So she's kind of awkward at first. Someone in the audience gets up and says her name, and they think it's like part of an act or a show.
I'm Chad Michael Busto. You know who I am. I need to see you at some point while I'm here in New York City. Okay?
Here, take this. Oh, that was.
So that was real. That was all real. That was not, obviously not staged. This guy had developed like an obsession with Drew Barrymore. And like the dangerous part about stalkers is you'll say for a lot of them, you'll say things publicly or do things publicly, and they think that like everything you're doing somehow is like a message to them, because a lot of the time they're just like straight up delusional. And essentially, I mean, there's just like it's a total parasocial relationship, and they think there's a relationship that doesn't exist. It's just creepy as shit. But yeah, that's one of the dangers of the IRL streaming in general. The thing with Ice Poseidon was, he would do this, he wouldn't get like, he would call people stalkers, which was a big controversy because he had this girlfriend that he was allegedly, if I remember the story correctly, he would like portray her as like he was like with her, and the audience didn't like her, so he like claimed to them that he broke up with her, but he was like secretly fucking her off camera. And then when she would show up in real life, he would claim that she was like insane and obsessed, and then continue fucking her and leading her on off camera. And essentially, this was like a big controversy. But he used to have like an open door policy where a lot of the Andes, Mexican Andy, were just people that like would just like approach him and stream snipe him IRL. But I could just see that like going wrong really fast. And in his case, they would like call in like bomb threats to the airports he was at, etc., etc. You Mog lyrics? Oh yeah, did anybody miss it? So our good old pal, my favorite streamer, my dude, I need to fix this fucking keyboard. It's new. I'm not buying a new one. My favorite streamer, Lyrex. He went live earlier, and he tried to confront me. Well, first he talked shit. Okay, first he talked shit. Speaking of stalkers, there's a narrative that I'm an Cheeto stalker. And I'm not a stalker because stalkers typically care about and think they have a relationship with the person involved. Yes, I talk about him as much as a stalker would, but I do so purely out of spite. So no, I'm not a stalker. We're not the same.
It's good to see you. First and foremost, what I need to cover and I need to show you is you might have heard a little bit from the intro. But what is going on
Wait,
with
I didn't see this part.
my favorite streamer?
Oh, his mocking my favorite streamer. I mog you. It's okay. One day I'll be bigger than you. You'll be calling me up, hitting my line. I'll say, sorry, who are you again? Who are you?
What is Aiden Project saying? What's going on?
But like, I'm a pedophile. I'm a child.
What? What has happened in my absence? Of one day, I've been gone. One single day I've been gone. What has happened? Aiden. What?
But like, I'm a pedophile. I'm a child predator. I enjoy like seeing videos of dead bodies. I'm a sociopath. I'm a
All of them?
necrophile. I'm a fucking cannibal.
Jesus. What is going on with AIDS Gain? AIDS Gain. He says what
We own you. And notice anytime Larissa tries to take a shot at me, his whole chat turns on him. I own your chat, okay? I own your chat, Larissa. I own you. I own your chat. It's time to understand your place. This gay, sarcastic, my favorite streamer. I own you. With the exception of the two people that everybody's chat, whether it be Chud, Larix, you'll always find them. This Mort Metzger guy and Dodongo Manoof, my two biggest ops. Every single chat, when my name is mentioned, they'll be like, anus gang. This Aiden guy can go suck a dick. Every single time. It's like rent-free.
we are all thinking. Okay, well, huh? Huh? Hey, at least he's honest. Jesus Christ. Okay, guys. Well, it's good to see you tonight.
Least out of context Aiden clip. But if it wasn't out of context, it's based.
But, yeah.
Every stream, you could search up Aiden on any Lyric stream and I'd be mentioned.
Great stuff. Who else is stealing it, though? I saw Aiden try to do it once, but Aiden didn't get enough donations. You got like 2 donations, then ended stream.
I did get enough donations. I just realized, he's talking about the music streams. I got enough donations. I just realized that I have no insight to provide. Like, I only want to do a music stream if I could call every song bad. It's weird to do a music stream when people donate and you have to listen to songs you like. It's like so like gay. Like I have to like sit here and joke around with you guys 1 minute and get one guide, and then the next talk about how deep Elliott Smith is. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'll do that in my own time. And also, I did music streams before you. I did music streams a year ago. I did music streams like a year ago. You would do $2 to put a song on. Okay, those that were there fucking remember. I did it before you. I have evidence. Evidence.
That's too gay to do. That's an Dude, Aiden's so cringe. Aiden's like, I don't want to do a music stream because like, what if someone donates like a serious song and I have to just sit there and just give my honest thoughts about it? Like,
What the fuck?
That's too gay to do. That's too gay to give your honest.
That is what I say. Dude, he got it down. Pre-watched? That is exactly what I say. But is that not like a good point? Is that who wants to sit here and be like, yeah, dude, Elliott Smith is like so deep. Right after like telling Ali Khan to go like jump off a fucking bridge in Minecraft. Who wants to see that?
Thoughts about music. That's what Aiden says every time. That's Aiden's response when someone says, do a music stream.
Every topic is about me.
Very clearly which is why I
Every topic is about me, dude. He's obsessed. He's obsessed.
to give her the benefit of the doubt on this one and give her the pass.
What Aiden is truly doing is just coping about the fact that no one sent.
And he's pausing again to go and talk about me. Dude, he's pausing.
No one sent in donations.
I literally was getting donos up until I stopped. I just didn't like doing it. You are out of your mind. You're rewriting history like you've rewritten a lot of aspects of history because you can't be honest. 37 fucking mentions, dude. 37 mentions.
My best friend, my favorite streamer. I retract everything I just said. He's cool. I love Aiden.
Word. But I think it's safe to give her the
So cringe. So cringe. Where is it?
Wait, okay. Okay, give me the audio. I don't know why the audio didn't work.
I mentioned to Aiden in a private call that I told him not to discuss our leak, that I was in a legal dispute with my mother, but
That's not what he told me. That's not what he told me. Okay, just to clarify here. Unless my memory is dog shit, and I have no reason to lie about this because his version is even worse than mine. I didn't know he was in a legal dispute with her, unless that's what he told me. But I don't think that is, because that's not what I leaked. Because I didn't know there was a legal dispute. Maybe he told me and I forgot. But what I said is he was in a argument with her over I didn't know there was an actual like legal problem relating to it. Which, if I knew that, I would have said that instead, because that's way more interesting. Where the fuck is it? So then he has me call in. Where the fuck is it?
But that's it. Those are the only two like things that I can think of that would, yeah. Besides that, any.
What? What is Bo Black saying? What is he saying to Purple Pepsi Gaming?
It's Perry now. Don't dead name, even though that's what I do. What is this?
Dude, that is just brutal.
I never said okay, first of all, why are people advertising that I'm going on Verbal Combat in the Lyrics subreddit? I was not planning on going on there this Friday. Maybe I'll go on when I get back, but it's really debate pedophilia, because you're like debating what I've said before about like debating conservatives. It's like super unfair. It's super unfair unless you're debating Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson is like probably the best debater on the right. He can hold his own. But like generally speaking, it's like never a fair fight. Like the one guy I was gonna debate on like he like literally was like inbred. He was unironic, like he was inbred. It was total debate pedophilia.
So yeah, we'll get into that full call, but that's just a couple sneak peeks.
What does he call me?
Come join a Master Debater Aiden Underground for Verbal Combat Friday nights. What did I just read? What is this?
Rob Norris, is that the guy that used Cloud in the debate with Destiny? Is that the guy? And then tried to like play it off like he was like, no, it's not ChatGPT, it's Claude or Claude. Do you remember that? No, we called twice. Yeah, here it is. So he talks shit, and then I call in to confront him.
Do you know who this?
Aiden, you were so self-absorbed. Yes. Yes, because in my life, I am the main character. So obviously I'm gonna be fucking absorbed with myself.
Reminds me of Aiden Projects, okay? Every time
But apparently, there's at least one other person that cares more about me than I do. And his name is fucking Lyrics.
Tune into an Aiden Project stream. He has taken up the
every segment. He finds a way to relate it back to me. Maybe I am this guy's favorite streamer.
Mantle of being obsessed with Cheeto. Where it's like, you guys think I bring up Cheeto a lot. Aiden Projects brings up the fact that Cheeto hasn't made his bed or cleaned his room enough for his videos. Every time he clicks on an Cheeto video, he analyzes his room to see.
So this is a bad faith argument that people like to use for everything, but I'm just going to say I'm going to be bad faith here. The only way you would actually be mad about this, or remembering this, or bringing it up, is if there is an unmade bed in your shitty ass apartment. Okay, that is the only way you would be getting mad about this. It is. I would prefer, honestly, somebody promote like gambling to their young fan base than promote like living like a slob. Because I think when we give people a pass on living like a slob, we open the door for the total degeneration of society. Okay, the bare minimum for a disciplined life is to take care of your fucking, make your fucking house or room look good every day. That is like the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Because then you go into justifications about not showering, about, I mean, at that point, just be a fucking caveman. At that point, just like go like live in a cave somewhere.
If his bed is made, if his pillows are fluffed, if he has any trash on the floor, he zooms in, he does the analysis every time.
On the puzzling patterns of behavior central to Sniper Wolf's mostly one-sided beef with Aziland.
Why does
Nice,
So
thanks
I
for the
call in
10.
here.
There are hundreds of more interesting people he could cover, why he subjects himself to this pointless A-law.
So obviously, it's called looking out for others, Larry.
Again, I will not...
It worked. He made his bed. He learned that from When did I learn that from Destiny? I've never heard about Destiny calling out like an unmade bed. A Destiny probably lives like a slob. He probably hires cleaners. Where's the part where I call him?
You know, when he takes
Yeah.
the poop, he brings
And
me
taking
into
a
the
shower
toilet
is one
and
of
he
them.
refuses to flush or get off the toilet until I smell.
Why does it even matter if she's even a narcissist? Great question. That's what we talked about first when we saw his last video on Sniper Wolf back like months ago. Who cares? Why is Aiden calling me?
Here it is.
Aiden?
I just heard you talking mad shit, okay? Mad shit. And I have a problem with your criticism. Do you not think that like basic hygiene and making your bed is like the bare minimum that shows you like care about life, nevertheless your audience? Why should your
I'm being like serious about this here. I'm being serious. I don't know why that's like a bad thing to call out. I'm being like totally serious. There's no jokes, okay? I'm not playing this up.
audience have to stare at a fucking unmade bed?
You got problems, man. You're deranged.
I have problems? No, I want people to like hygiene and taking care of your own
you
space.
further
is, like, the
calling
basic
about
way
a
to
Cheeto
avoid being
even
degenerate
further
in modern
proves
society.
this insane obsession. You even further calling to talk about this. It's scaring me a little
No,
bit. As your best friend, I'm like just trying to like figure out
Is
what's
Aiden's bed made all the time when I'm sleeping in it? Obviously not. And from the moment if I get up to go get a fucking glass of water in the middle of the night, obviously not. And there's a brief moment in between not making my bed and making my bed where my bed is not made. But it's either because I'm grabbing something or in the process of making it. My bed is not, when I'm out of my bed, not sleeping or not being interrupted from sleep temporarily, there is not a period of more than 15 minutes where my bed is unmade.
best for you.
My problem
worrying
is
me.
you're enabling degenerate behavior and you're making your whole audience think it's okay to like live like a slob. It's not. Okay? It's not. Clean your space, make your bed. Okay? I think it should be like legally mandated at this point. But
You've never woken
honestly-
up one day, you know, thought like, oh fuck it, having a rough day a little bit, didn't want to make your bed, just
No.
This is the excuses I'm talking about, okay? A lot of people say, yeah, I haven't been showering or shaving because I have depression or whatever. And it's like, that's true, okay? When you have depression, you don't have the mental energy to do a lot of things. That doesn't excuse it. That doesn't excuse it. And you know what? When you're depressed, taking a nice shower, keeping a clean space, honestly, it helps a little bit. Even if it's not a whole lot, it helps just a little bit. And this excusing of, oh, he's going through a rough time, give him a pass. No, I'm not giving him a fucking pass, because he's going to keep going through a rough time if he's sitting and living in a pigsty, okay? I really think the place you live is very reflective of your mood, lifestyle, etc., etc. And a clean space is a clean life. This whole, like, oh, I'm depressed, so that should be an excuse, like, to live like a fucking animal, I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. I think it's enabling.
Oh, my day could be I mean, I could just get out of a concentration camp for all I care. Making my bed is the bare minimum of not living like a fucking pig. It's what separates us from the animals. Okay? If you want to live like an animal, that sounds
Jesus.
It sounds like a you problem.
Is that what you think of a Cheeto?
Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
This is a subject I'm very passionate about. I'm very passionate about hygiene. Okay? I am very passionate about hygiene. I could talk to you about this for a long time. I could talk to you about how disgusted I am with the state of American teenage hygiene, because Asians just mog on this front, okay? I've lived with Chinese exchange students. They are superior to us in every facet. They're an organized, disciplined people. Their rooms are spotless. They don't wear shoes in the house. They don't wear shoes in their room. And this is why if the Chinese beat us, it's going to be because they make their beds and we don't. I heard my mom say this once. I came home and my brother's room, it looked disgusting. It looked like a fucking bomb went off. And my mom's like, he's in college. He's a college kid. I'm like, Ma, you're giving him an excuse. You're giving him an excuse. This is the problem. You're only saying that this is acceptable for a college kid because you've been programmed to think it's acceptable. No, this is not acceptable. This is unacceptable.
Yes, you should take care of your space, because somebody with a cluttered, disgusting space probably has a cluttered, disgusting mind, and making people think, oh, it's okay to not do this. It starts at not making your bed, and then it's going to be like, okay, well, you don't have to water your plants. You don't have to feed the kids.
You're worrying
you
me a
don't
little
have
bit.
to feed the
You're worrying
dog.
me a little bit here. You're saying Cheeto's live an animal, subhuman on my channel right now.
Yes.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, these people who live like this need to be treated like animals, because they are not. What we say separates us from the animals is our lifestyle and higher thinking. Not only does a Cheeto lack higher thinking, one of the, in my opinion, two things that separate us from animals, but the lifestyle. He lives like an animal. The only reason he lives a non-animal lifestyle is when it's being contributed to by other people. Lives in a house like animals do that was built by other people, probably has food made for him by his mom, by other people, etc., etc. But any of his actions are reflective of an animal. He is an animal, and the people that live like him are animals. Subhumans.
Yes, exactly. I think you're like starting to get it. But to be honest, I think the real reason you're defending this is because your bed is probably unmade. you probably live like a slob and you want like an out.
I know you got a new therapist. Has therapy been working? Like, have you been getting what you need? Like,
Well, I tried therapy and then I found out that my therapist didn't make her bed. So I decided I'd be better off giving myself help instead.
I mogged again. Okay, obviously, I'm passionate about this. I'm acting a little more passionate for you, probably than the extent I would be in day-to-day life. But I'm just stressing this issue, okay? Yeah, it's funny to laugh at, okay? I did make some jokes here. But, no, I'm serious. I think the excuse for people that live like slobs, the excuses need to end. And no, someone's going to be like, what about the people in wheelchairs? Okay, obviously, if you're physically unable to take care of yourself or whatever, obviously you get a fucking pass. But there's a difference between difficulty and like a total inability. So here's the second call. You won the second call, not this one. I won both calls. Thank you very much. So Bobby claims that I lied about him. I've lied about him. The same guy that like insinuated I photoshopped the Manshi images, even though I'm not the one that posted them and we have archives and screen recordings that they're real.
hey,
What
hello?
exactly do you want, Leon?
Well, technically, humans are animals. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about non-human animals, obviously, and I refer to animals in this context, you fucking nerd. Well, actually, everybody knows what I'm speaking about in an informal sense, okay?
my line like
Boblax
always.
called you out for lying. You've been exposed
For
and you
lying.
ran. You ran.
I
Yes.
lied.
You did lie.
Aiden had a sexting call with Boblax. Are you fucking retarded? Are you actually? I know that was a joke, but what? I want you to read that word again. Sexting. Call. Your joke doesn't work. Your joke doesn't work. What is the ting in sex? What is the ting? What do you think that means? What do you think that means? What do you think that means?
Hey.
What did I lie about? Tell me what I lied about.
Boblax claims that you lied about. It was the. But he said you lie all the time. Okay, I'm trying to remember.
What did I lie about?
He said that you lie all the time. He says that you lied specifically about the VidCon breakdown, about that you leaked
What did I-
Zoomers are so addicted to texting, they call phone sex sexting too, I guess. See, that would work if the person posting that wasn't, like, unironically a 35-year-old woman who doesn't look a day over 42.
Details about he's in some kind of legal matter with his mom right now. His mom is suing him. What is the context here?
Let me put this
This is
in
a bad
perspective for you.
look.
What'd
you do to him?
For you. The VidCon breakdown happens in like June or July, I think. Right? I think it's June, right? It's June. July happens, and that's when we have a call, and that's when we DM each other. When he reveals to me he's non-binary, and then in the call that happened after the drama started, that's when he told me about the dispute with his mom, and that's like 2 months later. So why would he need to tell me about that 2 months later if he supposedly already told me during a breakdown in June? That is not what he discussed when he had his breakdown
what is his mom
in June.
suing him for?
I didn't even know his mom was.
Aiden, I think Lyrics has a point here. What's his point? I guess I'm missing his point. I don't know what his like point here is. He's obviously trying to rage bait, and a younger Aiden would have taken the bait.
Suing him. I thought they were having a verbal dispute. I didn't know.
So I did take the bait at first, and then I realized it was bait.
Lie, another lie. Boblax claims otherwise. Boblax claimed that he told you.
But he's so retarded, it's very hard to tell the line between like what's bait and what's not for him. Because also his tone, his inflection remains exactly the same, and I don't have his stream pulled up in that moment, so I can't see his face.
Specifically.
He claims a lot of things. He claims I photoshopped the fucking image. The tweet, the Mansheet tweet.
We need what is OG Aiden? We need OG Aiden back? Are you mad that I'm not 12 anymore? It's a little weird.
Even though I'm not the one that put that picture out there and somebody, it was screen recorded and archived.
How can I believe you over him?
Good one. That's honestly, a dumber man would believe you.
No. Unironically, like, yeah, sure, Boblax is like a track history of lying, but you also like.
And your mic idle. A hit, by the way. The reverb is off. You know what else is off? You're fucking typing. Learn how to spell, you old hag. Learn how to type, you old hag. Oh, wait, you're so old. You're at the age where brain aneurysms become more fucking common. Go to a doctor. I'm not your doctor.
Like, don't have the best track history. Like, you.
What do you name one thing I've ever like verifiably lied about?
Unironically, credibility wise, come on, Aiden. Like, you know that you've lied.
You've
purposely.
This is so gay. You're doing this again. You're like the boy who cried wolf. You come to me, you try and get your reaction, and I can never tell if you're being serious or not. But speaking of answering for one's wrongs, it's time you tell us what happened with Kai.
And see, this is what I mean. Like, this is what I mean with your track history. No, unironically, this is what happens with your track history.
Mike clipping a bit. Oh, so there's a problem with my gain. CV is so fucking retarded. She thinks it's reverb. Okay, the person correcting me, well, technically, humans are animals. Just confuse gain with reverb. Okay? So maybe, like, before you type something, try not to be retarded in advance. So what that means is, don't type anything for you, because you are retarded. Aiden looks extra mad today. I am. Okay, I'm fired up. I am fired up.
Your credibility is in the dirt.
You want to talk about transparency?
Okay, fuck you, dude. Guys, with that said, it's been a great stream.
So he literally ends stream. I don't know if that was because of me. Okay, I didn't get the angry call when the stream was over, so I don't think he's actually mad about this.
Honestly, a dumber man would believe you.
No. Unironically, like, yeah, sure, Bo Blacks is like a track history of lying, but you also like don't have the best track history. Like you.
What do you name one thing I've ever like verifiably lied about?
Unironically, credibility wise, come on, Aiden. Like you know that you've lied. You've
This
purposely.
is so gay. You're doing this again. You're like the boy who cried wolf. You come to me, you try and get your reaction.
Aiden is getting owned. So my regulars in here, they have no faith in me. Dan Yellow, first of all, you're appreciated. You're a real one. You're through me when times are tough and times are good, and you're supporting me. I see you. Patrick Starr, who's my top donator, so I don't want to say anything bad about him, but he's saying I'm getting owned, and then the tides turn. Everyone likes to act like they were a supporter. It's like my Weddle interview, and everybody thought I got mogged out of the interview by morale. Everyone was like, Aiden L, Aiden L, Aiden L. And then I get the interview, and they act like they were supporters all along. It's funny, but I know who the real ones are.
And I can never tell if you're being serious or not. But speaking of answering for one's wrongs, it's time you tell us what happened with Kai.
Oh, the fake insecure laugh. Dodging the question.
It's time you tell us what happened with Kai.
And see, this is what I mean. Like, this is what I mean with your track history. No, unironically.
So right before I say that, wait a minute. Ali Khan was caught in 4K. Right before I say that, Lyrics won. Isn't it so funny how the real faces come out when they think that their real faces show when they think I'm the underdog, just to snatch my victory, and then all of a sudden they switch up. They act like they were supporters all along. It's hilarious. I remember this.
This is what happens.
I remember this, Ali.
Happens with your track history. Your credibility is in the dirt.
You want to talk about transparency?
Okay, fuck you, dude. Guys, with that said, it's been a great stream.
So chat all turns, the tides turn, chat's all in my favor, and Larissa ends stream. No, I'm not kidding. After 2 hours and 30 minutes, right after that, Larissa ends stream, cuts it.
We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, good fun stream. Okay, I'm gonna go do my music stream on my other channel. This guy is just... Yeah, true, Connor is my back. Aiden knows that I can't say anything. He knows...
Connor had my back, retard. Connor was saying he was gonna call on and vouch for me. So no, I'm happy for Lyrics that he's building up a new community on his music channel. It seems like he has a new fan base over there. It's not just people from his other channel, but God, he is gonna have the problem is reaching out and building a new fan base. When new people come and start watching you, all your old controversies inevitably get relitigated. So it is going to be a matter of time before he has to like relitigate the entire like Twitter likes controversy with his like new music fan base. And when that day comes, I just wish him I wish him the best. Okay, I do. When I came back, I thought to myself, am I going to cater myself to a commentary audience, or am I going to do I want to go mainstream? Am I going to try and branch out to like a politically correct, mainstream, fucking audience? Then I realized these people believe in blood guilt. And if they go back and see half the shit you've said, you can't fake it. If they go back and see half the shit you said, you'll lose them like that. So I played my cards safe. I'll be authentic. I'll be genuine. And those that want to stay will stay. I don't want a cutesy little fucking, oh my god, you say retard fan base, even though it makes more money. Could have sold out. Sometimes I still think about it, but it's not fun. You sell out, you start hating what you do. Mainstream, settle down, G. If within 2 years from now, I am not bigger than all of these fuckers, and by the way, April's coming up quick. I invested some money into various pursuits. April's coming up quick. No more of these shitter thumbnails with no VODs uploaded. We are just going in April, when I get monetization back, it's going to be marketing, 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 marketing. I'm taking this shit seriously, okay? April comes. April comes. We will, AIDS Gang. We will be international. Just wait for it. Just wait. Dude, this cable guy is doing so much work for me. He made me a whole ass docket. Let's check this out. Positions are open, by the way. If you know anything about marketing, hit me up. Positions are open. Oh my, this dude did a whole this dude did a fucking 8-page docket for me. Oh my, it's like annotated. What the dude, this cable guy might be my biggest. What the fuck? Holy shit. Okay, so Kanye West made a tweet. Okay, he deleted it. Never mind. Dude, this guy's quoting Ali Khan. Alright, so Ali Khan apparently commented on the Dojangles situation. Trying to warm me up doesn't do any good, by the way. Don't even warm up to me. I've gotten dozens of messages like this over the past few months. Some are people being truly genuine that have been rightly critical in some regard. That is perfectly fine with me. This, along with some others, are from people who've been downright gross, even taking shots at me when I have fuck all to do with anything. If he's not responding to you, again, I'm not his secretary. Hey, I know people are coming hard at Muda, but you guys are cool, and I hope everything is okay. Why the fuck would you... Huh? This is a retarded tweet. I would get it if somebody sent her like an essay in DMs holding her accountable over Muda. But this guy's not even asking her to do anything or reach out. He's just saying he hopes that you're okay. He's just sending you like a nice message. Huh? What is wrong with this message? And by the way, she is Dojangles, who I spoke to only a few months ago. Listen, I have no problem criticizing people that I've been cool with. Okay, I don't know her very well. She apparently knows me better than I do, because I'm like, aren't you? And she's like, she knew who I was and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't really remember it. But I actually met her through Xylee Gets Real, back before the Cabal kicked me from everything. But yeah, this is just like insane. I think you and Muda suck. If I see y'all in public, I'm throwing rocks at you and saying a racial slur. So instead of blocking this guy, trying to like egg him on to do it. This is just retarded. This is just retarded. It's like, this is just like a nice message trying to... It's just a nice message trying to see if she's alright from some rando. It's like, trying to warm up to... I've gotten dozens of messages. Yeah. Rightly this guy's not being critical. So she's like addressing a group of people that are apparently messaging her certain things. But she's using a message that has nothing to do with any of like the criticism she's levied about the messages she's been receiving. So if this is the best message you got and it doesn't relate back to like anything you've brought up so far, I'd reckon that this might be over exaggerated or didn't happen, because why would you need to use this message as an example? A message that doesn't even look that bad, that is about nothing that you've described up here. I see dickers in the replies. I don't know what the point of this tweet was. It comes off as histrionic. Very true. Histrionic. I think it's histrionic dickers, but good point. I agree with Nightbot. If you guys are enjoying the content, we are grassroots funded until April. If you're enjoying the content, want to support us, make sure to donate. If not, that's okay. Make sure to like up. Over 100 viewers, 24 likes, quarter of where we could be. So like up, sub up, oil up. Give me money, and we will perform. We will have a parasocial relationship, and you can stalk me on the pier. Very sexist of dickers. True. Very sexist. I agree with the bot I set up to shill for me. Yes, you've arrived. You've arrived at the joke. You've arrived at the joke. Congratulations. CV about to attack me. Aiden, read what Tay Perk said. What did Tay Perk say? I don't think Dojangles has tough enough skin to raise brown children. I don't get it. What's wrong with, wait, what's wrong with that comment? What's wrong with that comment? Wait, wait, why is people saying she's wilding? What is wrong with that? Am I missing something? Wait, what the fuck was wrong with that comment? That's not what the implications of that are. You guys are so retarded. The implications are that in this world, as a white woman with brown children, you are going to get unnecessary comments about the fact that you are a white woman raising brown children. That's a very real possibility. People will comment on it, bother you about it, and look at you weird about it. That's an unfortunate reality. And dealing with that, one must have thick skin for the well-being of themselves and the child. And if her skin, if she's gonna have to deal with that kind of stuff, if she has brown children, that's what Tay Perks is saying. I don't agree that's like inherent. It's possible. I don't agree that's like necessarily 100% gonna be true. But yeah, you need to have thick skin to deal with those comments. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with that statement. That's not what that's implying. Brown children are harder to raise. That's not what she's saying. And as a white woman, you are going to deal, and even not as a white woman, I reckon it's probably similar. If you're a black family with a white child, okay, you're gonna deal with more. You're gonna deal with, what's the word? You're just gonna have to deal with more like comments and social problems. That's what the implication, that's what she was saying. I don't think that's like an insane thing to say. All right. Yeah, there's nothing that crazy about that. But what's this other thing you're saying? Tay Perks is saying black people built the pyramid. No, Tay Perks didn't say, did she? Did Tay Perks say that? No shot. I know that the narrative of Exodus is not true. That Jews built the pyramids. Okay, that's not true. There's no... this has been disputed by archaeological evidence. Black Egyptians, not black Americans? Wait, what do you mean black Egyptians built the pyramids? I'm sure maybe like one black Egyptian built the, like, helped. I mean, this is an effort probably involving hundreds, if not thousands of people to build these things. So I would imagine there was at least one black person that was involved with building it. Let me look this up. I'm fair, okay? All right. Well, a lot of people just don't think Egypt was ever black, and to be honest, I try to stay out of race politics and diving into history because people seem to think I'm defending my race when all I care about is defending the truth of what historically happened. But if you're asking honestly, I do think black Egyptians built the pyramids. Okay. So okay, so you have two sides of this, and both sides are not correct. There's a side when they say Egypt was black, they mean Egypt was a black society predominantly run by black people, and the ancient Egyptians as we know them were black. That is not true. There's another side that says black people were not a part of ancient Egypt. Both sides are false, okay? Egypt had a predominantly one ethnic group, which was not black, but there were a lot of black people in Egypt, and if I remember correctly, after the Nubian invasion, right, there were like 3 black pharaohs of Egypt at one point. So the leadership was black like 3 times, which is obviously like significant. But there's a misunderstanding that because Egypt is in Africa, the historical ancient Egypt as we know it was a black society. And it was a society that included black people, but it was predominantly of one ethnic group. Okay, commentary can. I'm gonna need you to fucking there's no, like, I want to be able to talk about this stuff without like this like insane that is just not true. What's not true? What did I say that wasn't true? What did I say that wasn't true? Now, there were black societies that built pyramid-esque structures. Obviously, it wasn't the same thing as a pyramid. There was like an ancient empire in Mali where they actually have like one of these like perfectly preserved cities that you can actually go visit not perfectly preserved. They have remnants of like an old city from from like, I think it was the Mali Empire that you can go and visit today, actually. And they do have these like interesting structures there. So what is the, like, I guess, what is the dispute everyone's having? Where's the disagreement? Because I guess it depends on what Tay Perks means. There is a false narrative that like there are people that will present hieroglyphics of ancient Egyptians and say, look at these people's hair, they're clearly black. There are some hieroglyphics that portray black people, but they're Nubian. And the Egyptians in their hieroglyphics clearly differ by appearance of what ethnic group the people that are being portrayed like come from. And Nubians were a part of, contributed, and at one point led Egyptian society three times. So that's all true. But then there's a misleading narrative that the society itself was like overwhelmingly black. It was multi-ethnic, but predominantly involving a single ethnic group. What was the one group? I know nothing of Egyptian lore. So even though Arabs encompass majority of Egyptians today, the thing about ethnic groups is you can have people with multiple genetic histories in a single ethnic group. So like a good example of this would be like Jews. Jews are just an ethnic group in general, but you have like Mizrahi Jews who like intermingled with Arabs and have a more distinct appearance. You have European Jews, Ashkenazi Jews who intermingle and have like differing histories, but they're part of the same shared ethnic group. And amongst the broader Arab umbrella, the Egyptians in this category, even though they're the same ethnicity as other Arabs, are the closest living relatives to the ethnic group that we now know to be ancient Egyptians. There was obviously like intermingling with other Arab tribes, but they are the closest relatives to ancient Egypt or ancient Egyptians. I'm also okay on what historically happened because I also think that we in modern day just will realistically never know the ethnicity of everyone in Egypt at the time. You're not going to know the ethnicity of every single person, but you could look at like the hieroglyphics and how they portray how their people look versus how like Nubians look or people from like neighboring African societies look, and you can tell that the majority of Egyptian society was portrayed in the hieroglyphics as like distinct from neighboring like sub-Saharan Africans. Boring, put a girl on? Go watch somebody else, retard. Go watch RFC play like poker for 30 minutes. Make unfunny jokes. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, let's check out this Nerd City Sniper Wolf video.
Nerd alert.
I've been told this is very bad.
Sniper Wolf is refusing to take a shower.
I know initially, like when I saw the wigs and the colorful hair, I just figured, well, she's into cosplay.
W song choice for the intro?
That's what that is.
What am I?
What she's into is not showering.
Are any of you guys into that? Because okay, I might be a little bit.
Guys, by the way, I'm wearing a wig. My hair was dirty. I jumped into the pool. I was wearing a ponytail. My hair got like crunchy and greasy and crusty musty.
I will say, for Nerd City, so far, the editing has gotten better. People used to hype up this guy's editing, and people think that like complex editing equals good editing. He would do like so much shit on screen, but it was like so over edited. The colors just didn't work. Like the videos were just like insanely over edited, and everyone's like, this editing is great. It's not. Editing is like being able to make things look good. It's not just who can do more effects. When you're like doing like a fucking adjustment layer with 50 different effects on it, it becomes a bit much on the fucking screen.
It's disgusting under here. It is a mess. Ah, this weave itch.
I mean, I think I've went a month without showering before. Don't tell anybody, but I mean, I don't get dirty, so I can go 3 months without showering.
Our sources believe it's been more than a month since the last time she bathed.
Turns out Sniper Wolf doesn't like to bathe.
Why?
Wait, we're back. It's working. Hold on. Hopefully we didn't lose everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Refresh your page. I think I fixed it without ending stream. Okay. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. We just lost half our viewers. Okay, someone's fucking DDoSing me. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we fixed it and I didn't have to restart stream. So if you have buffering on your end, just refresh the page. For those of you that didn't hear what I said before I was cut out, we have a new policy, unless it's a topic that I specifically clarify for otherwise. We have a new policy. For $50, I will skip the topic, but we're gonna watch this one anyways. Unless we have $50, then I'll skip to the next thing.
Special.
I'm
a retard.
retarded.
But even in noticing the fresh coat of paint being put on top of dirt,
You can't trust me with a white shirt.
I must have rushed.
All right, we're back again. We fixed it again. All right, I don't know if it's gonna drop again. I think we fixed it again. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Aiden needs to pay his internet bill? Is that what's happening? I don't think I'm overdoing my bill. Could that be what's happening? I have great internet. I have really good internet.
Analysis, or I just didn't want to go into it that hard. Because the fact is, this is not a creator who is just cutting a few corners and thinking nobody's gonna notice.
Me, your favorite messy hair YouTuber.
I'm looking at the frames, and anytime they fucking drop, I'm like panicking. I'm like, dude, is it gonna happen again? Is it gonna are we about to lose it again? Are we about to lose everything? Okay.
Who needs a brush? My P.O. box is in the description below if you want to send me a brush. I know my hair looks like I never brush it, but I don't.
This is a strikingly intentional choice not to bathe. More than 9 out of every 10 days.
I didn't mean to do that.
No shower. Throughout the entire span of her YouTube career, she has gone to absurd lengths to avoid.
Is that actually what this video is about? Is this whole video gonna be about how she didn't bathe? Is that really what the entire fucking video is gonna be about? What? I get calling this out, okay? I get calling this out. Don't get me wrong. But like calling out the lack of hygiene, I just complained about it. A whole 55-minute documentary seems a little bit excessive, I'm not gonna lie. Quality is 240p. We'll go to 480.
Showering.
I haven't washed my hair in 2 weeks. This is what it looks like.
That's why I protested. Well, for 50, we'll skip.
Okay, that was pretty cool. My hair is very dirty, by the way. That was really cool. Last time I talked about not taking a shower.
But I'm interested.
And that I don't shower much because, yeah, I don't shower that much. Weird flex, but okay. The thing is, I don't shower.
You're ratchet.
I can't even run my fingers through it. Rishi asked, what is the longest you went without showering? Now that I think about it, I haven't showered in what seems to be like weeks. I mean, I'll get in the bathtub and I'll do like a really weird thing where I just turn on the faucet and just like kind of... Is it called a Dutch shower or something?
There's no way she's being... This is like rage baiting, right? This is just like rage baiting. This is just like total rage bait. There's no way she's being serious, right? That is disgusting. I don't know if it warrants a whole video, but that's like insane. I mean, unless you're doing like a survival challenge, then like weeks makes sense. But she's at home right now doing this. Now, typically, if you're not like sweating like fuck, although it's gross. I mean, it's not that gross, but although generally... shower every day. You don't need to technically, but for the sake of everybody else, you should shower every day. Sometimes if you're not like sweaty or whatever the fuck, you could probably get away with skipping a day, right? At most. But after that, we're getting into the territory of like, you're disgusting. You're a disgusting, godless heathen.
Where you sit in the bath and then you kind of take a shower, but with the bath water, not with the actual shower coming over.
The act of showering with another individual and cutting... What is cutting a hot one? What is cutting? Is it farting or shitting? What is cutting a hot one? Are they talking about shitting in the bath? What? Oh, farting. I was like, do you imagine being in the bath? First of all, who bathes together? Unless you're like a little ass unless you're like a little ass kid and like mom's bathing you with your sibling or whatever the fuck. Like, who bathes together? And like, second of all, it's just disgusting. Use some context clues. I'm thinking, what is a hot one in this context? And he's talking about farting. So I'm like, what is a hot one?
You kind of take a shower, but with the bath water, not with
Huh?
actual shower.
And also, although bathing is better than just not doing anything, bathing is not like, in my opinion, not for like, I mean, they used to do it for hygiene, but like you're just sitting in dirty water. You're just sitting there in like dirty water. You're not rinsing it off. If I bathe, like I shower, I know I'm wasting water. I shower after and I'm only bathing if I tore like a fucking muscle or something. I'm not torn a muscle. If I like hurt a muscle or something, I'll take a fucking bath. But like then I'll shower after, because bathing, you're just sitting in dirty water.
Coming over.
Can I touch on you?
It's not really a shower, but it's not really a bath. It's kind of in between. It's weird. Where did I learn that from? I don't know. It's not as effective as a shower. Kind of just used to wash my feet every day because I can't get into my bed without like washing my feet, because if they have like gross shit on them, and I like walk barefoot everywhere, so they're gross, and I don't want to sleep with gross feet.
You wash your feet every night before getting into bed?
What's a toothbrush doing there?
I just got this thing that's wrong with me, you know? Like everything else that's wrong with me.
I want to know what her problem is. What you so evil for? You're pretty. You get everything you want.
In the last episode of Nerdline.
Have you guys, by the way, have you guys heard of an Italian bath? I think that's the expression, or an Italian shower. It's just where you just like refuse to shower and cover yourself in like an excessive amount of like deodorant and cologne. It's like disgusting. You just like don't shower. You just put on like a boatload of fucking Axe and cologne.
We looked into suggestions made by over 140 comments that current theories in the field of psychology related to narcissism might provide better insight on the puzzling patterns of behavior central to Sniper Wolf's mostly one.
So here's what I'll say. It's okay informally to call someone a narcissist, because when we're talking about narcissism, we're talking about like colloquially, like certain personality characteristics. When we're talking about like malignant narcissism, we're talking medically and like an actual disorder. And if he interviewed a psychologist should fucking know. There's something called, I think, the Goldwater rule. It is unethical to, it is unethical to attribute a diagnosis to somebody that is not like a patient of yours that's seeing you. And it is hard to do a authentic diagnosis over the internet unless it's like super fucking obvious. Then you can make like an inference, like, yeah, this guy has OCD or some shit. But like, to actually go and like, there's like speculate, and they're just like full on playing like armchair psychologists. Seems like that's what they're trying to do.
One-sided beef with Aziland.
Why does she hate her so much? Oh, we got two of them.
Both of these bitches stole my video topic when I was like 12, and in Aziland's defense, she followed me back on Twitter. Sniper Wolf. She was Kwebbelkop's girlfriend. I hate Kwebbelkop for several reasons. But fucking Sniper Wolf, she like took my thumbnail. I had a video where I like picked the perfect thumbnail. It got like 21 million views. And then Sniper Wolf took my thumbnail almost exactly, almost the exact frame, gave it an almost identical fucking title, and her video did twice as good as mine. Now I'm not complaining. But
Doing the same thing? Well, now I guess we know why.
A lot of narcissists and toxic people, like myself, we have identity issues. It's like we are facing an ongoing identity crisis.
Jetta's eyes are pretty, and now they're my eyes.
Sniper Wolf even stole the way Azzy speaks.
But how did it just turn on?
I'm just an accumulation of traits that I've seen in other people that I've been jealous of or admired.
I don't think she steals, they beef, but I don't think she steals the way Aziland speaks. What Sniper Wolf does, and she was criticized by some like linguist for this. He called it like a lazy use of AAVE. But he's right. She does this like forced, like semi-New York, semi-like black scent, and it's like weird as fuck in like every video she does, and it's like super bizarre.
I just have this face. I just want her face.
I wanted it. I wanted to be like them.
We get it, Her laugh is
And he went and found like an actual diagnosed narcissist to make this judgment.
cute. We all want a cute laugh, but we can't always have a cute laugh.
Listen, I'm gonna play armchair psychologist here. I don't think we have enough evidence based on her videos and behavior. I'm not saying she's a good person by any means. And I'm not saying she's not self-absorbed. And I'm not saying she's not impulsive. And I'm not saying there might be something wrong with her mental-wise. But I think, based on what we know, I do not think there is enough evidence at all to like actually try and like attribute some sort of diagnosis of like malignant narcissism to her. I don't like her. Who would be a good example of like malignant narcissism, like the best you could find on the internet? And even then, I would never take that to the bank because I'm not a professional. I'm not meeting them in a professional context. I'm not qualified or anything. Ben Thorpe. That's a really good example of like narcissism. The way he like centers, the way he like causes malignant narcissism, the way he like causes conflict in his family and then centers it around him and makes it so everyone is obsessed with him, and his conflicts amongst his family are all attempts at who's gonna please him more. And like that's like your best example of like what like malignant narcissism would anyone online that I could think of.
So go and steal a cute laugh.
I was like, damn, I like that about this person. So I would study them and take on their personality characteristic.
I'm not entirely sure that any of my
But like copying someone's personality is not like, sure, that could be attributed to narcissism because people with narcissism can be like empty and not have like a real identity of their own. But like that could be indicative of like a million things. Like Ichido does this. I don't think Ichido is a narcissist. I think I'd be okay informally calling him one, but I don't think he's a narcissist. I would call him one. When I say narcissist or calls me a narcissist, I'm not talking about like a formal diagnosis like this guy's talking about. I'm talking about just like being self-absorbed.
personality traits are earnestly unique to me.
Hey guys, I'm Ash SS Sniper Wolf.
In this house. There are details like this that I'm surprised nobody has picked up on yet. It's just been kind of hiding there in plain sight. Every time we do a video like this where there's a channel that's made thousands of videos, it turns out that there's all these incredible things that sometimes explain a little more about the person or explain more than we would want.
Do you not forget how she went to Jack's Film's house to the... I'm saying that's that could be indicative
AIDS gang represent, okay?
Some funds for your internet bill.
Yo, our first dono of the night. We're eating good, folks. We're eating good. From... I always forget to pull this up on screen. Can you guys hear me? Alright, we're back. We're back. We're back. Thank you. Are we back? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? That was perfect timing. There is no way when this guy donates saying, here's money for the fucking internet bill, all of the sudden, my internet crashes out again. That's too much to be a coincidence. I'm getting DDoSed. But thank you, Scoobs, so much. The first dono of the night, $10 fucking. That is insanely generous. I'm insanely grateful. I owe you my life. Come stalk me anytime. Thank you so much, buddy.
To know.
You know, when he takes a poop, he brings me into the toilet and he refuses to flush or get off the toilet until I smell it. And I have to inhale.
In this house. The type of successful YouTubers that Evan and Leah were aiming to clone has shifted dramatically over the years. Currently, the two types of internet celebrity that she embodies on YouTube are a TikTok react.
Audio's cutting in and out, then you might need to refresh because sometimes right after the internet goes out and I have to restart, it will lag for a sec. So you just might need to refresh.
Action channel.
She's not even reacting. She's not even reacting.
And a beauty and style guru, typically using herself as the guinea pig or as the model. The premise is, do as I do if you want to get this look.
How to make your finger into a chicken wing.
Unfortunately for viewers expecting to learn some of the secrets to her success, she always keeps her real advantages close to her chest.
Can we just stop And look at this skin filter real quick.
As you can see by the type of fans who show up to speak with her, her current demographic is predominantly young women.
Not young women, girls. Like literal children. But it's like, it's like, I'm not surprised when I see that for a Cheeto, because it's like the most mindless content like one could make. And the only people that would eat this up or watch this are like mentally disabled adults. Dude, when YouTube does the double T's, it gives me yoga videos. Hashtag YTT. Don't go to that hashtag. Looks like a cover for porn. Where's the fuck.
Excuse me, man.
Just real.
So you take a glass and an egg, fill it with vinegar. You gotta wait a whole day for this? Man, I was hoping to do this today. I want my bouncy ball. Oh wow, it's bigger than before. Maybe because that thirsty boy sucked up all the vinegar. Okay, wait, how do I?
What?
Okay, let me put it in gent. Teacher,
Okay.
please take a glass.
Okay, okay, I'll say this about this video. At least she's trying it, okay? At least she's actually going and like trying it. There's something being added.
Teacher bugging.
Yeah, it's like the fake black scent is like bizarre. Or like talking in it's not black scent, talking in AAVE.
Oh my god. What does she want?
Sorry that I was helping my friend with her work.
Is that it? Oh, somebody got a staring problem. Like she's helping her friend. What's the issue?
I can tell you're trying to intimidate me, but I don't quite care. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I was trying to help my friend. Are you going to send us to the office?
She's flabbergasted. She doesn't even know what to say.
So yeah, nothing is added.
Going to say
I think she's trying to add more, like since like all the criticism she got, but nothing's added. What I'll say about her though is that like she's far from the only offender, and I hear about her a lot, but there are like other people that add just like absolutely like nothing to any of the fucking shit they talk about. And it's like, this guy, I see him sometimes. Alright? I see him sometimes.
POV snowing in Alabama. Oh no. Yeah, these people do not even know what snow is, dude. That's a good way to learn that lesson. Sometimes you agree with the Karen.
It's a fucking parking lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Park or get the fuck out of the way.
That's
Are you having a bad day today?
Yeah, I have a bad day most of the time. You know why?
I'm sorry.
Because of like you and like her that don't.
And just to be clear, I'll have moments on stream that are like this, but there's a difference between like reacting in the moment and like doing this and then choosing to upload it. Okay, so I'm on a live format, so if I'm not on my A game or I don't have anything to say or get it wrong, you could probably clip moments of me that are like exactly like this. But there's a difference between streaming this and then deciding to actually turn it into a clip that you fucking upload. Look at the nose, dude. You know why you hate him? Stop hating. He's not Jewish. I have a very good Jadar. He's not. I am always right. If I think someone's Jewish, I've always been right. And it's very funny to me to watch like groypers on Twitter like accuse the most like obviously like non-Jewish people of being Jewish. They'll accuse each other. They'll get the most like Aryan looking bitch I've ever seen and they'll say, yeah, she's Jewish, by the way. She's a Jewish plant. And it's like, what are you talking about? What I'll say about Jack's films as well is, I watched the beginning of his video again today. He made a point that was really bad. I think the point was like along the lines of, hold on, I just want to find it real quick. There was like one point where in hindsight,
All right, let's do this. Use each.
There was a point he made at the beginning that was like, in hindsight, I'm like, this is a horrible point.
So, what does she do? She steals TikToks and reacts to them. In hundreds of videos, she plays other people's TikToks and provides extremely base level commentary.
This dude is running sideways. What? Wow.
If you want to support the original creators of the TikToks,
This is it. This is where he makes the point. This is like one of the worst points I've ever heard somebody make in a video. And I like Jack's films. He's a very nice guy, okay? He's very nice. But this is like a horrible point.
Too bad, because the only links you'll find in the description are all Sniper Wolf.
Not this one.
And my favorite...
Sorry, not that point. It's another one. That's a good point. She should link the videos.
Favorite part is that half of the TikToks she includes either crop out the original username or just straight up don't have
That's also a good point.
one. To use a recent example from just 3 days ago, she features 19 videos, 13 of which...
It was this one. This is the point.
Doesn't ask permission, but maybe creators get exposure from her videos, especially if you can see their usernames, right? Well, let's test that theory. At the very beginning of a recent video, Sniper Wolf reacts to a viral TikTok, complete with her very insightful commentary.
Absolutely not.
And look, you can see the original uploader's username.
That was a good point. This is the point I'm talking about. This is the bad point.
Maybe they got a little bump, right? Well, when I looked up their account on TikTok, I found they had a decent number of followers, but that's probably due to their whale shark video going viral last year. Because if you look at their most recent TikToks, they're hardly getting any views at all. Which means that, no, people aren't flocking to the original creators, even when their username is displayed on screen.
That's a horrible point, okay? Criticize her for not putting the username in. Criticize her for not linking the video. Criticize her for her lackluster, non-transformative reactions. All of those things are good points. This is a really bad point because he's saying that this video did not bring this creator any exposure because her most recent videos do not get views. And the reason that's a bad point is because the video that Sniper was reacting to is like a one-off, like viral kind of piece. It's like a rare moment. You've seen a whale shark. That would never equate to regular viewership unless you're doing like regular like marine biology videos. So of course, like this one good video that they're going to be reacting to is not going to equate to regular viewership on your, you know, on your new videos that have nothing to do with that subject. Sniper Wolf's obligation is to make it transformative, which she doesn't do. Link the video, which she did do. And if she's linking the video or showing the name of the person in the video, then she's made a good, then she's doing what she needs to for in terms of credit, as credit goes. If you can bring the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, and if viewers willfully decide as a result of seeing that link, and I doubt there's even a significant number of people that would go just by virtue of the name being in the video, but he doesn't say that. He talks about a little boost. So I'd reckon maybe at least a few people went to go check out this person, and they did, and a few people went to go check out this person. That's not going to equate to like they're not going to, that doesn't mean they're going to become regulars. And he's using his like basis of evidence on the most recent TikTok. That's a retarded point.
She shows off a look and a lifestyle that's easy to admire.
I like her because the way she looks. Yikes, that's what's wrong with role models these days.
And so naturally, they're more willing to listen to what she has to say.
Anyone could be famous. All you gotta do is be a piece of shit. Work hard and contribute to society.
I've played back drafts of this video and thought to myself,
I'm being too critical.
this is pretty abrasive in some spots.
People rather have pencil-thin lips than a second butthole on their face.
The worst descriptions for the things that you see on screen are leaking from Sniper Wolf's second butthole, you see.
Oh, sick bird! Oh, got him!
She can be pretty cruel when she's talking about other people.
Girl, the only time a guy is gonna pull you is out of a dumpster or out of the ocean or on a fishing line. Because he thought you were a damn fish.
There are plenty of spots where I could just...
I mean, that is like, yeah, that's fucking, I mean, I guess that's mean, but is that like what we're complaining about? Especially the people like this guy's been friends with? I'd have to see the context of who she was talking about. And if it was like a person who was just like doing nothing wrong, I'd say, yeah, it's kind of a dick move to go and just like insult their appearance. But I'd have to like see the context to know if like what she's doing is being like unnecessarily mean. Is this what he's really like getting up in arms about?
arrange it in a way that it does the talking for me and goes farther than I would.
She said it, not me. I'ma just let the woman speak, okay? This woman is wild. Honey, you ain't just a clown. You the whole circus.
Since there's so much material, what I found myself doing a lot of times was cropping out the
Yeah, so she's just like stealing like popular like Twitter reply phrases she's seen and just like putting it in a fucking weird like forced black accent. It's bizarre. Her content's is so. I've watched her. I'm like, why is she doing this accent? It's clearly not her real accent. Why the fuck is she doing this?
the people who she was referring to, and then reusing the clip in a way where it sounds like she's criticizing her own content.
There's a portal that leads to another dimension on the very top of his scalp.
So if you see her like in the corner of her own video, that's something I did in editing.
The hair around it is simply protecting the portal.
And if the portal...
Okay, to be fair, that's called a part. That's where she parts her hair. I can't tell you the amount of times like retards conflate having like having a parting to having a bald spot. If your hair is combed in two directions, it's gonna have to part somewhere. Unless you're fucking Donald Trump. He does a good job at hiding it somehow. His hair like defies physics. Goes back in the back, forward in the front, and then he hides the part. But if your hair is going in like multiple directions and it's straight hair, you're gonna have a part.
Olda Sniper Wolf's profoundly antisocial personality never pulled you or your kids into it yet.
Is he implying she's a psychopath?
She's basically a psychopath.
Then the way that I'm remixing this content might seem like, wow, Sniper Wolf's really self-aware. No, quite the opposite, actually.
Girl, it's a daily struggle.
Is he actually trying? So he is trying to say she's a psychopath, or maybe he's just exaggerating. But she's obviously not a fucking psychopath. That's insane.
To laugh when your face got that much plastic in it.
That's insane. You're in no position to make that like diagnosis. And also, no, if I had to take my money to the bank, and I don't like her, and I think she has mental health problems, I would say she's not a fucking psychopath. If that were true, I think we'd be hearing way worse about her than we've heard. And what we've heard about her is pretty bad. We saw Jack's films, but that was like an emotional response, not like a cold, calculating, willful attempt at like revenge. And like, I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know, okay?
Oh girl, that's rich coming from you.
So that's an example of one of my edits where she says what we're thinking, and in the rest of the video, hopefully it's pretty simple. When she's speaking in first person, she's probably talking about herself. And if she uses second person like that, or third person, then she was probably making a nasty comment about somebody else. And one of the things she correctly indicates about herself is that she often records videos with messy hair.
No, I do not comb my hair. And my ponytail does not want to cooperate.
The one thing I've seen her before, I've seen people criticize her. The one thing I've never noticed is her hair. Her hair just like seems like normal. I have no reason to sweep for her. I've never like took a minute and noticed, hey, her hair is off. Like her hair doesn't seem like more messy on average.
AIDS gang
than, like,
represent,
the average
okay?
person or the average woman.
Aiden, I am Switzerland. I am on nobody's side. I like seeing cabal leaders coping and seething like the little peasants y'all are. Also, how are you gonna complain people with messy beds when you're proud to have hair that looks like the pasta I ate recently?
Okay. Great. Thank you for your money is very much appreciated, and you could say that only because you've done it under the guise of giving me money. But damn, okay. He got me, man. He got me. If the pasta you're eating is fucking black though, you should, I mean, unless it's like squid ink pasta, and typically they don't use like curly noodles for that. I mean, you might. And straight hair looks like fucking pasta too. Straight hair looks like spaghetti, bro. When do you get like curly pasta? I know there's curly noodles. Are you like German? Are you like German Swiss? German Swiss? So what do you eat? Like spatzel or whatever? That's like the only like curly noodle I could think of. Your average pasta, your spaghetti is gonna be straight.
The excuse she gives for the current state of her hair can vary.
My hair is a mess because I spilled soup on it, okay?
It's usually that it's been over a week or potentially even a month sometimes since she washed it or brushed it or styled it.
Hello friends, it's me with the messy hair. It's been like weeks since I did anything to my hair, but months since I personally styled my hair.
So hang on. How do you get a smelly narcissist who discusses their dirtiness openly?
Dusty, crusty haired YouTuber who really needs a bath. It's only, I would say, a little unhealthy. I'm making it seem worse. This is a mess that Dr. Phil needs to clean up.
Not all narcissists are the same. They don't all express it the same, and they've recognized this covert narcissism.
Dr. Phil, excuse?
Wait. This is why you can't have a member of the public trying to diagnose people. Covert narcissism and malignant narcissism are not the same fucking thing. Okay? You can't include... So is he now trying to imply she's a covert narcissist? He just said before, or just put on screen that she's a malignant narcissist. Those are not the same thing. Okay? For those of you that don't know, covert narcissists are like more insecure narcissists that it's more internal. You can't really see it, and a lot of the time... Okay, we're good. Screen was dropping again. Covert narcissists, most of the time, you can't, like, see it. They have typically, like, depression, and the theory is that, like, covert narcissists are, like, failed malignant narcissists. Malignant narcissists are much more boastful, open about it, and noticeable. Covert narcissists, a lot of the narcissism is, like, internal. And they tend to have a lot of other mental health issues, like depression.
Excuse me, sir. You go to the ranch if you can't explain what's
Those are not the same thing.
going on here.
Basically, I think there are 4 types of narcissism: the classic, malignant, communal, and covert.
Some of the most cited and respected research on narcissistic personalities has empirically verified at least 3 subtypes of narcissism, and that list has been expanding as new studies suggest the existence of more. Although not yet adopted by the
There's
DSM,
no way.
these theories...
He's not going to do this. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do this. And the audience isn't going to know any better. You can't just go and say she's a malignant narcissist, and now you're going to say, oh, well, why doesn't she act like a narcissist? Well, really, she's a covert narcissist. Covert narcissism and malignant narcissism are 2 totally different fucking things. Okay, and with covert narcissism especially, unless you know this person and have them on your couch and you're a trained professional, it's going to be very hard to diagnose. It's going to be very fucking hard to diagnose.
are nevertheless making their way into some modern curricula, as well as into the type of pop site.
He's trying to be serious about this. You cannot be... He said, he put in the video verbatim that she was a malignant narcissist, and now there's like evidence she's not a narcissist. So he's now attributing that to covert narcissism. If this guy knew what he was talking about or did his research, those 2 things contradict each other.
Psychology that you're most likely to encounter listening to podcasts or watching TV. As we just heard, Sniper Wolf's favorite former clinical psychologist, Dr. Phil, currently references 4 in his informational content.
But people also talk about the hypervigilant, the overt, the sexual, the oblivious. I tend to stick with the big 4. The classic, the malignant.
Sorry, what I meant to say is covert narcissists are failed overt narcissists, not failed malignant narcissists. Malignant narcissists are like considered the most dangerous type of narcissism.
Covert and the communal.
The UCLA professor, author, and licensed psychologist, Dr. Ramani,
Yeah, her videos are great.
cites an increasing number of subtypes in her work and her lectures. And now,
I know her. How do I know her?
Psychologist,
Not
Dr.
her,
Ramani.
not her. Her. Donna. She was in somebody's video. She's not a licensed psychologist, but somebody, was it Shane Dawson? Somebody like used her for consultation in their videos. How the fuck do I know her? How do I know her? How do I know her? Who was she? What video was she in? This was many years ago. Somebody's got to remember her. How do I know her? Whose video was she in? It was years ago, and I had some problem with it.
Yeah, her videos are great.
Cites an increasing number of subtypes in her work and her lectures, and now sometimes teaches up to 8.
All the subtypes of narcissism that you find online, like the 11 types of narcissism, malignant, covert, that stuff was not taught to us.
Some psychologists, like Dr. Ramani, now believe that we should get away from calling it a personality disorder and instead discuss it as a personality style.
I don't give a rat's ass about narcissistic personality disorder. I really don't.
I think that I think you can have I think narcissism can be discussed as a trait and a disorder when it's like making up a person's entire pathology.
I don't even think it should be a thing. And this whole NPD thing has confused and muddied the waters on such an important conversation.
Facts.
And more people waste time screaming and yelling about, how dare you diagnose someone with narcissism? You have no right to diagnose them, blah, blah, blah.
Based.
You're not diagnosing them. And it's no different than calling someone stubborn or introvert.
But that's just what I said before. There is a formal and informal usage of the term narcissism, and that's what I said at the beginning of this video. You can even say I pre-watched it because this directly relates. Okay, informal narcissism or an informal usage of the term narcissism, I think is totally fine to use because you're talking about a personality trait. But when you're talking about the formal personality disorder, which encompasses a lot more than just pure self-absorption, it encompasses like the makeup of like your whole personality. you need a diagnosis. You need to be a professional. And he's not just saying she demonstrates traits of a narcissist. He's using psychological terms for narcissistic personality disorder. He's calling her a malignant narcissist. He's not just saying she's a narcissistic personality. He's implying or an outright saying she has narcissistic personality disorder.
Retarded, or agreeable, or antagonistic. It's just a description. That word, narcissism, was just only a descriptive word until the cabal of the DSM decided to codify
the cabal. Maybe she is onto something.
It and toss it onto a diagnosis, which actually made no sense. To create a diagnostic typology around something that really doesn't have an evidence base of effective treatment, nor these folks who are like this would ever come into treatment.
Facts.
And it's actually a personality style that results in people making more money and being more successful and being more.
This is cap. This is cap. It can, but if we are to believe the theory about subtypes, the successful narcissist is not. There are narcissistic subtypes where you're not going to see the successful narcissist. But yes, a high amount of confidence and self-esteem can lead to you getting it right and doing well. But that's also because you lack, you're so determined for self-benefit, you're willing to like put basic morality aside. But these two things, to say that you're now arguing that it shouldn't be a diagnosis, but you've just said she's malignant and covert narcissism, which are subtypes specifically referring to the personality disorder, not somebody that generally has narcissistic traits.
Successful at online dating and being more likely to be your boss.
So true. Everything I've done virtually has been a tremendous success. I'm really rich.
Does it really make sense to diagnose that pattern?
America married a psychopathic narcissist, so now what?
You're fired.
I mean, listen, it's a bit of a stretch. That's why we're using more.
You could say Trump has a narcissistic personality, but say he's a personality disorder. You would need to have him on your couch and actually be treating him. But it's okay to use narcissism in that sense. But that doesn't mean we need to just abolish the disorder outright.
An adjective because I think his behavior is incredibly consistent with narcissism.
That resonates with me, and it seems to make a whole lot more sense than going through NPD, especially when you try to understand all of these different proposed subtypes of narcissism. Although it seems like
But the subtypes you're referring to, this is somebody that didn't do his homework. All of the subtypes he's referring to were invented to refer to subtypes of NPD, not just like a general personality characteristic. Like covert narcissism is a mental illness. Albeit covert is not recognized by the DSM, just basic NPD is. But like this is referring to the disorder.
Subtypes would be describing different types of narcissistic personalities. What they're better suited for is describing distinct looking strategies for getting narcissistic supply. Your character. So in Street Fighter terms,
covert narcissism is not a strategy. Oh my god, this guy's retarded. This guy's so retarded. I would love to debate him on this. This video is just like pure misinformation.
the subcategories aren't the characters. They're the moves.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
You might think of them as the default moves that any...
That's not true. That's not true. That's false. That's not true at all. That's just so, that's like, this video is just like filled with misinformation. First of all, if you're saying it shouldn't be a disorder, we should just use it to call someone's personality. I agree that we can also use it in that sense, but you are contributing to its usage as a disorder by just outright saying she's a malignant narcissist and then using a clip to imply she's a covert narcissist, which are two totally different things, which you would know if you did your homework. And they're things that refer to NPD, not strategies. Not fucking strategies.
Any character can do. Another way to think about it would be that the goal is the same, but the tactics vary. And it would seem to any character can do. Another way to think about it would be that the goal is the same, but the tactics vary. And it would seem to explain some contradictions that otherwise make your head spin, such as when someone behaving narcissistically suddenly switches the way that they describe themselves in the middle of a sentence.
That's not what that means. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. He's making it up. He's making it up. And I don't think the YouTube, besides that Nana person, I don't think that the fucking YouTube, the woman he used, I don't agree with her, right? But I don't. He's just making this up. He's misinterpreting everything. He doesn't realize that when we're talking about these subcategories, we're talking about subcategories that encompass their own like symptomologies, not just specific tactics. A covert narcissist is like somebody that's gonna have low self-esteem, is okay to like engage in like self-deprecation, but like as a coping mechanism or behind the scenes will typically have like internal narcissistic traits, and it's typically like not super obvious or apparent to the people that talk to them, and it's like narcissism with high neuroticism. It's like it's not just a strategy.
My hair looks ratchet. It's actually really gross. I haven't washed my hair in over a week. It doesn't really look like it. I mean, it looks like I just went to sleep. But don't I look so sophisticated right now?
A narcissistic person can literally flip from vulnerable to grandiose in the same sentence.
Why does it look like this? Why can't I have a cute ponytail like everybody else? Oh wait, it looked cute for a split second.
Within the subtypes, the core features remain intact. So fantasies about unlimited success, unlimited power, their own brilliance.
One of the great memories of all time.
But when it comes to the actual social strategies for getting those things, that's where the subtypes might offer additional insights. Grandiose narcissism is defined by its most conspicuous behaviors, like a person who flat out tells you that they are the best and that they deserve the best.
Who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
What would you want your Secret Service code name to be?
Humble.
Around the most recent presidential election, I saw a lot of posts about how Trump will make fun of himself.
Trump making fun of himself. Classic. Laughing and...
He's not no, but he wouldn't be covert at all. Sure, you want to talk about using a strategy. Sure, I'm sure some narcissists will like use that strategy of self-deprecation to seem more down to earth. But when we're talking about covert narcissists, it's not like an occasional thing that they do. It's not like an occasional thing that they do. It's like a component. If you're to believe the theory of subtypes, it is like a component of their disorder. It's not like they're just like always switching back and forth to whatever tactic's going to work the best. If Trump was a narcissist, he would be overt and just overt. Just because he self-deprecated once doesn't now mean he just has the disorder and is able to bounce between these strategies. They're not strategies. They're subtypes describing the whole disorder.
Still crying.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, folks. I'm Donald Trump.
Trump has been willing to go on SNL,
Call me on the cell phone.
play himself in comedies, and he'll even cooperate with an impersonator if it's reinforcing certain positive associations.
Go ahead. You're fired.
Like that he's iconic, rich, tough, and desired by beautiful women.
You know, you look much richer in person.
He'll even play the fool if he thinks the laugh comes at how absurd it is to imagine him differently.
Yes,
like that he's poor.
That all plays into him being overt. There's nothing there to suggest he's like Sniper Wolf, where he's just bouncing to covert.
Not famous, weak, or less desirable. So while that appears like he's not taking himself seriously, or that it's some sort of humility, the joke is a big compliment. By laughing at the absurdity of the premise, it reinforces his high status in categories that people do admire. He's prompting what would be a flattering thought.
You're the most amazing guy. You're brilliant.
But that's not what she's doing with these jokes. There's nothing that she's not setting up the jokes, but her not showering to be flattering. There's nothing flattering about the way she sets up her jokes.
You're handsome. You're rich. You have everything going. The world is waiting for you to be president. So why are you hosting Saturday Night Live? Why? I have really nothing better to do.
Like that joke from the 2016 primary when Trump said his code name should be humble and everybody laughs. It's because the listener instantly goes, wait a minute, what do you mean humble? Don't you have giant gold hotels with your name on them and everything's about being the best? So even though it resembles humility or self-awareness, it's actually validation to the brand that he's built around his name. Like, wouldn't it be silly if in another reality I ran a chicken stand or something? Like, that's the kind of joke he'll participate in because it doesn't call into question anything about the validity of what you're supposed to think about him. It just calls attention to his reputation for the opposite. The self-deprecating humor and the appearance of humility is much more palatable and can be even more effective for getting validation than surface level, straight on bragging.
No, I know, but there's more humility than you would think. Believe me. I think I am actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand.
A whole bunch of theoreticians, Pincus, Akhtar, Ronningstam, and many others would argue then that narcissistic people, all narcissistic people, will have all four themes running. The covert grandiosity, the covert vulnerability, the overt grandiosity, and the overt vulnerability.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's making my head hurt. Max like if head hurts.
An easy way to think about these subtypes and how the same person might embody different ones from moment to moment would be to think about bragging versus humble bragging. Unless you were born yesterday, you know that both tactics really have the same goal. Basically, it feels good if you brag.
Yes, but a humble brag, you could still be overt and do the humble bragging thing. This video's ass. Yeah, I'm not watching. I'm getting angry. I'm actually just getting angry. Not showering is guy vanishes for 10 months. And this Donna person, the one he's interviewing, I bet you, unless I'm wrong, this Donna person that he's talking about, I guarantee, is probably like a psych major. Dude, I love when like psych majors think they're like qualified to like go and I know this Donna person, that's not what she's doing, but the ego on psych majors is insane. I told you I started as a psych major, and it's just insufferable people that major in this and think that because they're like partway through it or have a major in psych. That's only half the journey, by the way. Typically, to make good money in psych, you have to get your master's, you have to get your doctorate. That takes a lot of time. People leave college with a shitty fucking master's in psych and think they've mastered it. Or not master's, sorry, bachelor's. Bachelor's. They leave college with like a shitty bachelor's in psych, and they think they've mastered it and know fucking everything. Dude, I hate psych bachelors, because you know about as much as a guy with like who's like semi-interested in psychology and reads up on it a lot online. Like, it's not... They think they're like... They just like... They think they're overqualified. Psych majors are narcissists, bro. He's replying to a lot of comments. Now are they trying to diagnose her with hyperthyroidism? She does psych videos on YouTubers. What'd you say her name was? It's like a meme beef. Yeah, there's like this fucking one. Theories are my own, and my sources are always down. Does she even have a mate or a bachelor's in this? But like, there's this. Remember the Rewired Soul? His whole fucking problem, the Rewired Soul's like whole problem was that like he was like, just like getting shit wrong under the guy. Like, you can have every right to criticize and make videos on YouTubers, but they put it under the guise of like speaking from some level of authority, like they're psychologists, and they just get shit wrong. I don't know if she's got anything wrong. I'm gonna have to look through her videos. But what time is it? Fuck, it's already 2. This stream went quicker than I thought it was gonna go, to be honest with you. We've been going for about 2 hours, so I know it's a bit shorter. It is a later stream. I know it was cut off, but I do gotta be up for class. I'm gonna try and get 8 hours of sleep. So I'm gonna head out early tonight, but we'll do a full length tomorrow early because I got this paper done. We didn't even watch anything. So, great stuff. I'll rate him. Thank you for reminding me. I'll rate into him. Thanks for reminding me. Customization, redirect. Oh, I'm so happy that you reminded me. I almost forgot. Redirect. Perfect. All right. Thanks for watching.